All right, hi everyone, and welcome to your Friday video. For the two of you that I've already graded on your persuasive speech, good job turning it in. You should have your grades. You should have a bunch of comments back. You two probably don't need to listen to this, but you could still listen to it anyway. This video is mainly kind of carteled to be towards what I do the days before I'm about to give a speech and like a couple moments beforehand. And this is just something you can tune out and listen to in the back of kind of your video or wherever you're working or whatever you're doing at the moment, to just have some things to think about doing before you actually start presenting, to make sure you're kind of in the best possible position to succeed that you want to be. A lot of this is going to be a review from like the speaking anxiety day, and this will just be stuff that you kind of already know. And so the first thing that I always like to do whenever I have a speech that I'm about to give, say tomorrow or say tonight, I'm going to record it. I just practice speaking. So the morning I wake up, I will call my mom, I will call a friend, and I will just talk to them for a good 10 to 20 minutes. If you're like me and you're kind of like a little bit more socially isolated and don't have as many people to have casual conversations with at the current moment, it's going to be very, very important that you do so, because speaking, whether we acknowledge it or not, is kind of a technical skill that we need to warm ourselves up to. There is a reason why in most morning situations, individuals tend to need a couple minutes, need some time to really break into the conversation, and everything is just like the transactional mode of communication where it's just like, hey, hi, how are you? Good, fine, okay. And as the kind of like ways in which you have to warm up the vocal cords, you need to warm up kind of your brain's capacity to have that kind of conversational modes and gestures and responsivity necessary to be really able to perform kind of that, here's a bunch of words, here's a bunch of sound, here's a bunch of meaning to another person, and be responsive back with it. The second thing that you could also do is, if you don't have another person, you could always just talk to yourself in the mirror. I know it might make you look a little bit crazy, but if you're alone anyway, that might be just your best option to go for or go with it. The other thing I like to do before I actually give the speech itself is just record myself for a little bit, look at myself on another monitor, and make sure that everything's kind of set up in the way that I want it to be set up. This can also be a good way for you to like check to make sure there's not going to be any audio issues that are going to occur or happen. So for instance, there's one of the Friday video series where there's like the last 5 minutes is just cut out, and that's because I didn't check it in advance. It was like the only one I didn't check, and there was 5 minutes cut out. You don't want to get done with your 7-minute presentation, have all of this anxiety pent up in your body, and just be like, all right, I'm done. I slam dunked. Let's get this thing sent out. We are good to go. And then realize that your audio wasn't being picked up, or realize that you were using the wrong microphone or something else along those lines. Because you're just going to sit there and have a moment of just like, oh, I just climbed a mountain. Got to do it again. Oh, because I didn't hit a single button. So making sure that we don't have that situation occur is going to be helpful for us. It also lets us check the lighting that we have set up and also the camera angles that we have set up. I just spent the last like 30 seconds reclosing all the windows because bright light's coming in, and it doesn't make for a good image for whatever video you may or may not be watching now or just listening to now. The other thing that we want to do, okay, so now we got all of that done. We're ready to begin speaking. Here's just 2 quick pieces of advice. I promise you it's going to be a short video that you should pretty much do. The first thing I would do is stretch all of your body. Whatever you need to do to really just kind of relax the muscles, to get rid of some of that inherent tightness that's going to occur whenever you begin speaking to the camera, so that we get rid of a lot of the gestures that will happen to the body. So when everything's like locked up and clenched, one, you look nervous, which is not something we want to portray whenever we're speaking, because it gets rid of our good delivery that makes other individuals think that we really know what we're talking about, and allowing us to have that kind of facade of expertise that we project onto the audience in and of itself. The second other thing you want to stretch is actually your jaw muscles, or at least your speaking kind of muscles. So like just a stretch of the mouth, like, ah, we'll actually make it so that we are projecting louder. We are kind of like opening up a little bit more. And in conjunction with other things such as breathing exercises, taking deep breaths to regulate kind of the control of the body, we can set ourselves into a position to succeed when we start speaking and our heart rate isn't going through the roof. Our hands are not going to be, palms are not going to be sweaty. We are not going to be mom spaghetti, and everything's going to be good for the most part. And so with that said, I wanted to just do something short this week because I know a lot of you are still working on this persuasive presentation. And anytime we have like a Turnitin week, I always feel bad because I feel like I should be doing more. But in those same kind of veins during that week, I don't want to do too much because I really want you to just work on what is the main focal point of this class, which is talking, recording ourselves, and trying to get a little bit better at this mode of communication to other people when we need to communicate with other people. And so with that said, I wish you all the best of luck. If you have any questions, and I mean any questions whatsoever, please, 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 email me, message me. I will be as responsive as I possibly can, except on Easter, I'm going to church with my grandmother at like some unjustly hour because she wants to go to church and she's 92, so she gets whatever she wants. Okay, if anyone has any other questions, thoughts, or concerns, sorry, that's too much information, please let me know and I will be as responsive as possible. Thank you very much. Have a good day.